Hi guys, this is Melanie Hines, your fastest Iraqi Dinar summary on the net. I'm doing this earlier than I've ever done it before so I can get it done. This is your summary. I hope you will subscribe, tap the bell. I am healing. I'm healed by the stripes of Jesus. I just did a live stream where I went, the details were at, the breaking news out of Iraq was at 30 minutes. This is just a summary. I'm going to summarize everybody else. If anything changes, I will do something later. Maybe, I don't know. I might be asleep because I need sleep, guys. When you're struggling with the head, whatever this is, I decree and declare that I am healed. But obviously you can tell. So here's the breaking news. I went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I used specialized insight. I also went over the value and the digital and how it all connects. The breaking news started at 30 minutes. All those revelations were towards the end. So go check out the live to get the detailed insights because this is just a summary. Okay, the first article we covered was the foreign minister. Iraq supports negotiations between Iran and the United States and Oman. Those I guess are going to start tomorrow. It's almost tomorrow though. They're 7 hours ahead of us. Bitcoin slips below 70,000, erasing gains made after Trump's 2024 victory. It's so surreptitious how they go see my insights on my live stream. Next article, dollar trades lower in Baghdad and herbal markets. I talked in detail about the traders and the parallel markets, how that's going to go away once this thing revalues. Also, liquidity shortfall freezes lending at Iraq state banks. Yeah, that's what they say. I don't know if that's true or not. It's messy, right? The next article, Iranian Council, Basra-Iran border is fully secured. Of course it's fully secured. Our military secured it and they left the state. They left the country. Then the next article, Iranian army, U.S. bases in region are easily reachable. I think we're in our FAFO season. So this general is putting himself in harm's way, I'm thinking. Over the next article, over 100 companies join Herbal in a car exhibition, meaning 140 companies in 12 countries showcasing vehicles and automobile technologies in the Kurdistan region, which is the northern part of Iraq, which is right there between Iran and Syria. You think they're worried? No, because they have a secure border. That's why they're still doing that. I'm just saying. It's going to be 57 companies from other companies, too, are there to do this car exhibition. A lot of nice cars, a lot of assets in the country, in the Kurdistan region. Obviously, it's safe, even if the articles act like it's not, right? The next article, Iraqi Kurdistan pays January non-oil revenues to Baghdad. That's money moving. That's good. I talked about all of that. The next article, al-Maliki sounds different this time. The world is not convinced yet. If you want to see my insights, you watch the live stream again. The articles, I started around 30 minutes this morning because I wanted to keep it brief because, again, this is how I feel today. Not my best. I'm not 100%, but I decree and declare that I'm healed regardless of how my flesh seems to be feeling right now. So please subscribe and tap the bell because I'm the hardest working YouTuber in this community. Mountain Goat. This Iraqi Dinar reinstatement is not a revaluation. The rate only changes to something we all want when it is reinstated. We call it the RV for short because the rate will jump artificially suppressed rate of 13.20 to the nominal rate $4+ since it will have to change accordingly with the new peg. This is a very straight redenomination process, unlike other redenominations done in many other countries, as Iraq won't be facing hyperinflation and resetting their currency to combat this inflation, but rather resetting to get back to pre-sanction era days of 1991. It will be resetting so they can reinstate the currency at a much higher rate. And in my community, we know what the rate is going to be at based on the professional Forexers that communicated to us with the CBI translated to the Forex. It's suppressed. It's not live yet. When it's live, you'll see the time is now with sirens. That's the live stream you're going to get on. I'm going to rest the rest of the day. Please send your prayers up for me and my complete healing. Then we got Bruce. So what are we hearing? Notifications Thursday, and supposed to have all the rates on the screen show up on Thursday morning on banks and redemption centers so that it's quite conceivable we can get notified Thursday morning. That didn't happen, but I think I've always thought it would happen on a Friday night, so those centers would open up over the weekend when normal humans would say that's our only option to go exchange. I think that's the way it's going to be because I have a prophetic gift from God. Now we've got Claire, article, Al-Hara website, citing sources, U.S. officials informed Maliki that this nomination was categorically rejected and that proceeding with it would have consequences. Quote, the U.S.-based Al-Hara website quoted sources from the coordination framework as saying that the failure to elect a president was due to the dispute over the nomination of Nouri al-Maliki. She added that Maliki tried to open channels of communication with American officials to find out if Trump's veto was negotiable, but the response was decisive. Proceeding with his nomination will have repercussions. What do you think? Comment down below. I want to hear what you think about this and the timing of this. Do you think the time is now, or do you think it's going to be postponed? And why do you think that? I would love to hear your opinion so I know better how to tailor my next live stream, which will be tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Frank26, and by the way, I left it free of any limitations this morning, so you can get on and ask questions. So I'll do that tomorrow as long as I can. If I get a bunch of bots like attacking my channel, I'll go to subscribers only. This morning I stayed out of subscribers only mode, and so people got their questions answered. So go watch today. You might get your question answered. You never know. Frank26, your team during exchange, you have your family, lawyer, financial advisor, bookkeeper, accountant, IRS agent, pastor to guide you. I'm going by myself to my exchange. I stipulate that in my 3 steps. If you want my 3 steps, look around. You can find how you can get those. Samson, article, Iraq achieves self-sufficiency in 48 agricultural crops and exports the surplus. They are I've been covering that. They are self-sufficient in a lot of ways, right? Sanda Ingram, as I was traveling to Northern Africa, I thought to myself, what if Iraq changes its development road project clients in US dollars? And my heart dropped. Can they do that? Will they do that? I don't know. I've got to find out if that's even feasible. They sell oil in US dollars. Why would they not possibly at least research the idea of selling the transportation hub services in US dollars? It doesn't do anything for their currency, the Iraqi dinar, but this is just her thoughts, right? If you like them, comment down below. I like more of that. I don't know. But the Iraqi dinar would need to come up. It would need to move over at least 2 decimal points. We need the IQD to move over several decimal points in order to realize some sort of profit. You know, I was reading an article yesterday and somebody did the math and it looked like they had already removed 3 zeros. And that calculation of the details in the articles, if anybody remembers that, comment down below, because I don't remember it and I'm going to be resting the rest of the day. Fun Lou, article, the CBI has officially reduced the currency count in Iraq by 5% in an effort to curb inflation and increase the value of the remaining currency. Their inflation's at 1.5%. How much more does it need to be curbed? I'm just saying. More than likely, this is how the PMS reportedly stated the value of currency is currently 1320. Just because they're waiting, guys. Will not remain. All roads do not lead to the RV. There are many ways to add value. Yep. Funlu has always been like a wet blanket, but I report them because they're in my summary. Jeff, I like Jeff. It says nothing in Iraq is moving forward until the government is formed. The rate has to change before things will move forward. Do you agree with him? Which person in my summary of everybody else do you agree with? Or do you like my summaries the first 5 minutes? Let me know. Comment down below. I'd like to know. Militiaman, aside from the political noise, they are still doing what they're doing. Follow the money, follow the largest financial institutions in the world. That's where you should be. Militiaman, thank you. I always appreciate Militiaman. Which intel guru that I include in this summary do you like the most? Comment down below. Frank26, Firefly, the Central Bank of Iraq is rolling out new guidelines aimed at stabilizing the dinar exchange rate. They're tightening up the rules around the currency auctions and putting some additional checks in to ensure the official exchange rate and the street rate stay closer together. They're trying to keep things a little bit more balanced and predictable on the currency front. Frank, yeah, you have to do that before you change the rate. You need a stable platform in order to introduce a new rate. Well, comment down below. Who do you like in this summary of everybody? My intel or everybody else? Claire, article, Maliki's name appears 120 times in the Epstein files. What's the story? According to what Al-Sassa's network has observed, the mention of Maliki in these files is not related to any direct connection to this criminal case that the E is in, but rather comes within a broader political and analytical context. Guys, ever since that dropped, what do you think? Comment down below. I don't like talking about that. I just don't. It's outside of my bailiwick. I mean, there's been sex trafficking. There's been abuse, sexual abuse. That was part of my past. But I'm not particularly, I know that this is happening from the end of time to now. There's been sacrifices to Moloch and Baal and all these different evil entities for time immemorial, right? Jesus paid it all, so we don't have to do that. But people have free will. That's the beautiful thing about God. If you love Jesus, comment down below. I love Jesus, because I do. He showed up in my Jeep, and that's why I'm on this platform. He told me to go on YouTube, go on YouTube, go on YouTube now. So I'm on YouTube. I've been on here almost 7 years this month. So that'll be my anniversary. I'm excited. Mountain Goat. Meanwhile, the central bank is still moving ahead with its banking reforms. We know that the central bank is ready to move ahead with the currency reform project and make tangible evidence to us. They're ready right now. Yes, the project to delete sits in the wings waiting. Guys, I think I'm up to date except for Mark Z. So yesterday, Mark Z is probably live right now, and so I don't have him as part of this summary. I apologize, but I have to do this for me. I have to take care of myself. I have to rest. Mark Z yesterday said Iraq, 48 hours to decide presidential election. There is a mad scramble going on inside of Iraq. I was told leaders are desperate to talk with the U.S. and avoid sanctions. What I'm being told is they feel like they are in between a rock and a hard place. They feel like with Maliki, if they don't go with him, they are bowing to the U.S., but if they do go with him, they are bowing to Iran. Great summary. Comment down below if you think this is a great summary. I love you all. I will see you later. Send me any healing prayers you have. God bless. Bye.